Saints yesterday did not have Lucas Patrick and Erik McCoy at practice, and this is kind of bringing back the thoughts of late September when the Saints started having cracks in that offensive line. And I think it's inarguable that Erik McCoy's loss for this team was just massive. And, you had your quarterback go out, and that certainly hurt you as well. And then your do-it-all gadget player in Taysom Hill goes out, and then you lose your top two receivers. And there have been injuries all over the offense, as y'all are well aware. But McCoy's is one that was just very difficult for them to overcome. You had to sign a center essentially off the street, went up to the Jets practice squad and plucked a center. And once McCoy came back, I think things went smoothly. He's the best offensive lineman that they have. He may not be the biggest talent. I would suggest that Trevor Penning and Taliesin Fuanga are more gifted players, but in terms of consistency, steady play in the middle of that offensive line, Erik McCoy has been phenomenal. And the thing is, with him in there, the Saints have run the ball well, and that's really the key to everything they do offensively. They were able to do a good job in games against Atlanta and Cleveland with minimal outside weapons, because they could run the ball, and you get MVS off the street and he's making big plays, and it all kind of feeds off of the run game. And I just have to worry without McCoy and Patrick, who were day one starters on the offensive line in the interior. Without them, got to go to Saldiveri and make some changes at center, and you just kind of weaken yourself. And it's not as if Cesar Ruiz has been a dominant player, so kind of your entire interior is compromised. And if they can't get that going, like Derek Carr and these wide receivers, this group of guys, whoever's healthy on a given week, that's not enough to win. It's just not. You can't rely on Derek Carr throwing the ball 37 times with no complemented run game behind that offensive line with no weapons. It just doesn't work. And so it's early. They've still got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for Patrick and McCoy to heal up, and we haven't gotten the injury report yet, and unfortunately that happens right when we go off the air. But without those two guys, I really don't like the Saints' chances on Sunday. With them, I think it's perfectly reasonable to expect the Saints to compete and potentially win that game, and we just certainly won't have that information until later on in the week. But I looked at this matchup a little bit earlier today, and as I kind of look at it, I think the Rams look better on paper than they really are offensively. I think that's when you look at Kupp and you look at Nakua, and you look at Stafford, and you think maybe they're a little bit beyond, well, not Nakua's case, but in Kupp and Stafford's case, maybe they're a little bit beyond their prime. And I'm ready to see if the New Orleans Saints defense can match up with those guys. And right now, I do think that the Saints should be able to hold up at the point of attack, and I do trust those two corners on the outside to play pretty good football against a talented wide receiver core. I think my snag comes when you flip the ball and you start talking about this Saints offense. You need to get Taysom going early and often. I'm way pro Taysom early and often, and you'll certainly get Kamara a lot of touches as well. And the effectiveness with which they can run will dictate what the Saints are able to do in the game on Sunday. I'll pick this one. Right now I'm gonna go with a Saints running game that can't quite function. That I think disrupts the passing game, and that I think allows the door to open for the Rams to win this game. I will pick LA to win this game by a final score of 26-20. I think that it's competitive. I think the Saints will play really hard. I think the Dome will be a pretty reasonable environment, but I can't trust that Saints offensive line. Not with the injuries that I'm looking at right now. So I'll pick the Rams begrudgingly, but hopefully the Saints can get it done and win a third in a row and kind of keep things mildly interesting for the time being. We'll see coming up on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Hey, it's on. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.